Uh, I've seen Rob. I actually knew Rob before I knew he was an actor or even a wrestler. He traveled in the same circle as my friends, and they talked about him as being this gigantic man, such a great voice. They never actually mentioned he was tall. They used all these descriptive words to say that he's like a great man, a big man, but they never mentioned that he is a big guy. But I don't want to focus on that because I happen to know he's a huge geek, and I am the person who wrangles geeks. So I would like to bring him out. We've given him a chair here so that we can see eye to eye. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Robert Maillet. Would you? So, Rob, before we get started, is that a little small? Do you want to switch?
No, it's good.
Are you okay? I feel so superior all of a sudden.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear him? Yeah. All right. I know that you are a big geek. I know that you have your real geek loves. Can you explain the loves of geekery that you have?
My inner geek coming
Your
up.
inner geek, yeah. I mean, everybody knows you from 300 and from Sherlock Holmes and now Pacific Rim. I want to hear like when you used to play D&D or something like that. I want to hear where you were playing the tiny sneaky thief in D&D. That's what I want to hear.
Well, I mean, growing up watching in the small French community, watching American TV, of course. So I had a whole bunch of shows watching. I remember fondly very well. Of course, the Star Trek. So I wasn't really into Star Trek in the beginning when, the original one, but it kind of scared me a bit. I was more at the time.
The effects are so old-fashioned.
The whole 60s look, that wasn't true. But I loved Space 1999. The BBC.
Yeah.
And it was dark. That scared me too. But I loved it just because it was so cool to watch. But I love the stories. It still haunts me to this day.
Yeah.
A bit.
So if they asked you to do like a Space 1999 remake, you would.
I would do it, sure.
Yeah.
Play a monster. I can play monsters.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, of course, I grew up loved Star Wars, the original Star Wars, and all of that. I love the alien films. And
so you've seen Star Wars in French and English?
No, only in English.
Only in English? You've never seen the translation?
No.
I wanted to know more about this because I only speak one language and it's geek and barely. So, but okay. We have a microphone right up here. We only have 45 minutes for this panel. So if you want to ask Rob a question, please line up there. Otherwise, it's just going to be me talking to Rob. And, I'm cool with that. Yes. Can we get that mic on?
Test.
There we go.
Okay, hey, yeah, so I'm a great big fan. Absolutely love your work, Mr. Maillet. And I've got two questions for you, one short one and one that's possibly a bit longer. So I guess first, tu t'identifies-tu comme un Acadien? Do you identify yourself as an Acadian?
Absolutely.
Awesome. And I guess the second question is a bit more involved. Is there any piece of juicy Hollywood politics that you'd be comfortable talking to us about that...
give us the dirt.
I don't dish out. No, I don't dish out.
No.
I mean, nothing really. I haven't seen anything. Everybody that I work with was great to me. You know, they're all professional, and so no negative stuff that I can really think of. No.
No.
It's
Cool.
all-
Well,
it's all
thank you
good
very
stuff.
much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Do we have somebody else? Oh, you're just going to sneak a picture?
Yeah.
All
No,
right.
No, just wondering, can you share any of your experiences on Pacific Rim? Like, how was doing that walk or thing that you had to?
Sure.
Yeah.
It was pretty well. First word is amazing, of course. Amazing to work to be part of Pacific Rim, this huge movie. And I was originally approached to do it. I was offered the role by Guillermo del Toro, and I haven't auditioned for it at all. He saw me in a small movie I did years before, went under the radar. I don't think nobody saw it here, but called The Big Bang. I played a Russian boxer. But he saw me.
You were in a convention of
know.
geeks, man. If you say, you probably
It's not the Big
don't
Bang.
know
It's
it.
not the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah,
but no,
you
something
probably don't know it. I guarantee there are like 10 people in this room who know it and are going to lecture you for telling you
No,
you
he
didn't know it.
Yeah, but he saw me in that film, and he offered me the role as the Russians, and so of course it was awesome to be working with him and being part of this amazing film, and the whole prepping for it was interesting. You know, not only I had to go blonde for that role. I was blonde for 4 months. It was hard on my hair for the rest. A lot of cardio, a lot of workout, the training we had to do. For the compod scenes, where we're in the rope, in the Jaeger, I guess, in the head. And it was kind of, I don't know if you've seen the special features already, but it's a platform, moving gimbal, and the actors are strapped in, and you basically shake around, there's water thrown at you, water cannons and sparks. It's like amusement ride from hell. This is Guillermo's term, and then everything was heavy burden, you know, like we had some sort of Nordic tracks on our feet, and they put the weight up to 5, very heavy, to a point where it really is a workout, and the point was it makes, it looks good for the actors to work. You want to see the actors work hard at it, piloting those huge monsters, those huge robots, how hard it is to pilot those. So it was a kind of pretty strenuous, some of the actors. But for me, it was, I started prepping for it in September and October, and then our compod scenes were in April. So all the stories we hear from other actors who did it before us, they were kind of the guinea pigs in a way. Because at first everything was going wrong, the sing stuff that was very hard on the actors at first, but they fixed it to a point where it was okay for us. But still, it was tough, and it was a thrill, being in those huge suits, and then being, if you really felt like a kid. You really, it was awesome being, just felt like a little geek kid. But it was great. It was just another awesome experience just to pilot those, and having Guillermo as our director.
I love the robots in that. Like they had that anime look to it.
Very much, yeah.
But they were also like really influenced by Western robots as well. They had that really cool kind of I'm gonna kill you look to them.
First time I saw our Jaeger, we had concept art. We had our first script reading with all. That's where the first time I met all the actors and director, and at a kind of a round table, and Guillermo had all the concept art of the Jaegers and of the Kaijus, and so it was great for us, to see what we were piloting, and I was blown away by our Jaeger. It was kind of cool to see our Russian robot, and then seeing all the sets and everything. So you got a sense what the world was going to be, and yeah, it was just amazing. Pretty
Awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
Next question.
How would you describe Guillermo del Toro as a director?
Well, he knows what he's doing. That man. I think what I heard, I think it's true. He only sleeps 4 or 5 hours a day. It's just a bundle of energy he has. Stuff in his mind is unreal. You know, he creates world and so detailed. He makes his own parallel world, and he has this little booklet. And he draws and puts notes on whatever films he's working on or other films he's going to work on. He's like an octopus. He has his hands on every, he's producer, writer, a director, and he's a multitasker. He does everything. And he's the nicest man I ever worked with as a director. He's unreal. No, he is great. Wow. It's like Santa Claus on set. He's very generous, very nice. And now I'm working with him the second time on The Strain for his vampire series. So he offered me the role in that one too. So I couldn't say no second time around. Yeah.
Hal-Con.